Hello and welcome. This is Detective Lazaria. Our awesome pal, Cfanns Spirit Box, did a session on this unfortunate disaster. It's called the Great Molasses. Ooh, already capital. Great Molasses Flood. So, yes. So I thought I'd do a little follow-up. So it looks like I did the right thing. So the cat ball earlier, yes, this one. So basically, when I was doing the setup, I was like, this should have been off. And yeah, so somebody's here. Okay, I'm turning on the Spirit Talker. So they already know these apps. But anyways, so again, the Great Molasses Flood, which unfortunately happened January 15th, 1919. 21 unfortunately lost their lives. And basically a large storage tank that was filled with 2.3 million US gallons of molasses eventually burst and took over the town or the city. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I'm a protector.
You're a protector. So, was there a possibility that there were some spirit guides and guardian angels that day to help those that unfortunately may have lost their lives? Again, there were 21. And the other thing would be maybe they were also there to protect and prevent many other souls joining the 21. So maybe they saved some of the people by getting them out of the dangerous ways. Wow, I wonder who came through. We'll find out. If it's a protector or if it's one of the unfortunate 21 victims, one of them. Or maybe, how many times did it go off? 3 times? Maybe there's 3 of them. So again, when I set up, it was usually this, right? But notice this one was still going off. I'm like, that should have been off by then. And then, so that's 3 times already. So either they were holding on to that ball at the very beginning, like, ooh, what's this? So sometimes spirits are aware of my quick ideas of what I want to do in this session. And this was just one of those really quick deciding on what else to do. And I thought, well, I mean, obviously our pal Cfanns Spirit Box did an amazing job communicating to you or to those victims. So go check them out. Again,
Table.
Are you by the table? Or were you sitting in a table? Maybe they were somewhere near a table before this incident happened and got swept away. Or their, building fell. I don't know. As I was trying to say. So again, just a bit ago, what is today? Hold on. So today is Friday, the 26th. Yesterday was the 25th.
It's a creature.
And basically, yesterday, which is Thursday, he did a session on this unfortunate disaster. So again, look out for the Thursday, June 25th session with Cfanns Spirit Box on this unfortunate disaster. He uses the app, I believe it was the Sono X10. Yeah, you remember? So it allowed you to speak through that spirit box versus the yep. Wow, they remember you, Cfan. Versus the solo, one word at a time kind of thing. There was another app he did use, not the Spirit Talker app, but another one called Paratech. I don't have an Android phone, sorry.
Dread.
Okay. Yeah, it must have been hard on you to deal with that disaster, having to pass away due to the unfortunate Molasses flood. And I hear that it took many, 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 many years to get rid of the stench. The cleanup was a mess. Cleanup due to the mess was not easy. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys ever, not you, but your family ever got any justice for your unfortunate tragic passing with the fact that this tank burst and dumped a ton of molasses over the entire town, killing 21 of you. Did they ever get punished for what they didn't do, which was take care of the maintenance of this tank? They should have known that there was a pressure issue and that it was going to burst at some point. So if they didn't do their annual checkup...
Ron.
Wrong? Oh, Ron. Hi, Ron. Is there a Ronald? Hold on. I don't know if there was Ronald. So there's 21 that had passed away. I don't think there was a Ron. No, we have one. No Ron. Maybe you meant to say run. Maybe you were trying to say run and it came out Ron. I don't know. I can imagine you running away from that big mess, but unfortunately it was too fast.
Communicate.
Yes, we are communicating. Unless it's my pal Ron, the flashlight Ron. He's like, hey, I'm here too. Yeah. So yes, we're here to communicate, and that's exactly what Cfanns Spirit Box did too. He went there at this, it's basically not a cemetery where you're buried, but it's a location he felt like would be the most closeness to communicate to them, and it's called Precious Blood. And he was able to, again, reach out to them, and they told their story through the Spirit Box called Sono X10 and the Paratech. I'm just doing it basically on one app called Spirit Talker, and these, well, tools, toys.
It likes to hurt people.
Oh. The molasses? Mm-hmm. I'm unsure what you mean by that. Anyways, see, this is how quickly I set up. I have the EMF meter, which has that green light always on to let you know it's there, ready for you to use. Put your energy to go to yellow, orange, or red, depending on how strong you want to put your answer to being yes. So red is like a super strong yes, I believe. That, yes, wow. Just like that. Okay, I think I just saw it. Again, I was looking down at the rim pot. Wow. So I don't know if it reached the orange or red. I can't tell. Because again, it's so quick. And then if you hold on to that light for more than a split second, say 2 or 3 seconds, that's even more of a strong hold. Strong yes, I mean. Oh, good Lord. You think, okay, I was just talking to my viewers about how I keep messing up and screwing up. And of course,
Amelia.
And it was basically doing the wrong thing, or the wrong place, wrong names, wrong gender, anyways. And I said, well, if I do sessions in the morning after my cup of coffee, I'm... Mick? There's a lot of names coming through. Hold on. And apparently, I said, if I do it in the morning after a cup of coffee, I shouldn't make so much mistakes. But no, apparently. Anyways, and then that square device with the red light on it is called the rim pod, which you used earlier, and the clear cap balls, which you already used as well.
Little boy around you.
Yeah? Well, there is 2 children, I believe, that had passed. Let me go find them. So here's the list. Child here. That's a female, though. Maybe the male. And this male, his name will not be here. That's a name that will never come through because that's not existent in the word bank. To Pasquale, if this is Pasquale, the 10-year-old, if you're here,
Implies.
so you're implying that you're here. This is Pascal. So good thing that Cfanns Spirit Box did this already. So I'm not going to butcher their last name. He did a very good job on saying their last name. So you go watch his video. Yeah, like they said, go watch his video. Can you double confirm with a cat ball to say, hey, you definitely got to check out our pal Cfanns Spirit Box. He did an amazing session with us. Yeah. So again, Pascal, he was 10 because it said little boy. Yeah. I'm looking for Michael. There's a Michael, messenger, Michael Sinnott. See, I totally butchered that name. So he was 78 years old, and it was a messenger. Whoa. Hey. So it said Mick, but maybe, again, this is the closest you found. Hi. 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 Whoa. I see you're here. So again, Michael, 78, he was just doing his job as a messenger in 1919. On January 15th, just doing his job. He was probably out walking, and then whoosh, this big gloop block of fluids just swept him away, knocking him into things, I'm sure.
Watch yourself here.
Well, that could be a residual thing that they may have said as they were dealing with all this stuff. Yeah? Because it was slippery, gooey, disgusting, the stench. And who knows how many structures were very unsafe to be around after this, because they did crumble. So here's the thing. We don't have an Amelia, but we have a Maria. That's the closest I can find. And again, it was a 10-year-old child. So if Amelia was just a oops, but it was supposed to be Maria, can you confirm with the rim pod or cap ball? And if you don't, maybe it's a spirit guide. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a spirit guide. So we have basically the 21, their names, their age, here.
Here.
So it just said the actual word here, as in hearing something. So you must have heard the sound of this disaster coming to you. But again, it was probably too intense for you to run away from. And it was just unfortunate.
14.
14? Oh. An 18-year-old, 17-year-old, 10-year-old, 21-year-old. No 14. But maybe there's 14 spirits here letting me know. Otherwise, there's 14 out of those 21 that heard the disaster coming. I don't know. It could just be a random number. I don't know. I don't see anything regarding the 14. But like I was saying, the occupation was also listed. So that's kind of nice. So again, even though we we may not get these names, but at least we can see these people come through maybe. If they say their occupation, if they can't say their names. Because sometimes their names are not going to be in that word bank, like Pascal. So the fact that it said little boy around me, that might be him. And then when it said Mick, I mean, the closest I could find was a Michael. And that is, again, the messenger. And the fact that the REM pod was going off during that time, so maybe it was him.
9.
Now you're just saying 9. Okay. Are we just doing a countdown? 14, we skipped a bunch, now 9. Okay, either I just lost like 5 of them and became 9. I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, there is, again, no 9, but the closest they were able to find was a 10-year-old, 2 of them. I don't know. Is there anyone else from this unfortunate disaster that struck January 15th, 1919, the Great Disaster, the Molasses disaster, where it flooded the... Oh, okay.
I like the dark.
Well, again, I have one light that I didn't even get the chance to turn on, so you're probably over in that right side if you are someone who likes the dark. Again, I forgot to turn off the turn on the light over there. And I figured I don't need to. You guys were already coming through without it. I was like, all right. So there's still a lamp behind me and a ceiling light that's on in front of me. So you got 2 light sources still. That hopefully is plenty enough. And by the way, I am again Detective Lazari. I'm here to help. So if you need any of that help to feel the peace and see the light, and you need me to say a prayer, you just give me a good old strong red on the EMF meter, strong on the REM pod, and I'll see if you want a capital. Any of those three ways to tell, hey, take a little break, or say it in your head, the prayer. We'll appreciate it, because we need it. Otherwise, I can summon our spirit guides. So in Cfanns Spirit Box session, several of our spirit guides called out their names. So I think that they already knew that they had to come and help them. It's like they're usually saying their names when we have tragedies or disasters. It's interesting.
Heretic's Fork.
I'm just ignoring that one. So not everything in Spirit Talker is going to be legit, making sense. So some of this stuff I'm just disregarding. But I'm going to go ahead and grab the prayer just in case, okay? It's in my hand. Well, it was in my hand. Now it's on my side if I need to say it, okay? So again, out of those 21 victims of this molasses flood, you just tell me. And I'll say it in my head, and it should be received. You just tell me. Give me a little clue that I need to say it. And usually I do say it at the very end of the session anyways, but if you want to have me say it during the session, you just give me the clue.
Christine.
I don't see a Christine. Is Christine a spirit guide?
Miracle.
Oh. Miracle. It's a miracle Christine, maybe a relative, a family member, survived. So maybe it's somebody's family member that happened to, unfortunately, be there with you, and they miraculously were able to survive, but you unfortunately did not. So if it's a sibling or a parent that actually got to survive, and you're just saying their names, you can also give me a clue, orange or red on the EMF meter, cat ball, REM pod. I'll still say the prayer if you do those tools. So it's a 2-for-1. Let me know if Christine is a family member.
Spectre.
Spectre. That means spirit. So does that mean Christine is a ghost? So no, she's dead. She died. Okay. So again, specter means spirit. Okay. Well, again, maybe she did not survive.
I can't protect you.
Oh. Earlier there was somebody who was there to protect. Hold on. I just want to make sure I'm not being silly. Yes, I was right. A specter is a ghost, a phantom, or apparition. Okay, phew. All right, my morning brain is still working. Good. Okay. So again, to those that were unfortunately the victims of this Molasses flood disaster, I'm not getting many names. I got kind of close to one of them for sure, which is Michael, the messenger, but no one else really. And then of course it said a little boy, which could be Pascal. Anyone else? I mean, again, if you say your name, I can show your age and who your occupation or what you were. Take a little shout out.
Closet.
You're by my closet. So is the spirit by the closet? Probably hanging out with the toys, the stuffies.
Gilbert.
So we keep getting names that aren't tied to the unfortunate disaster. They're just repetitive names that come through a lot. And I can't tell if they're spirit guides, guardian angels, or just random names. So there is no Gilbert that is listed on this 21 victim list. So if you're a spirit guide or a guardian angel here to help any of those 21 victims, I guess in advance, thank you. So again, I do not have a Gilbert. Oh?
Terrified.
It must have been a terrifying event to have to witness and go through before your passing. I mean, I can't imagine. So basically those that have to deal with tsunamis or the breakings of like actual dams. What else? Something like a big flood. Or a lake overflowing or something. And then again, this is a whole different type of thing because it's the way the fluid was stored. It's sticky, disgusting, stinky, and isn't easy to clean up. Especially
No, sir.
No, sir? Yeah, like, no, it definitely is not easy to clean up, and yeah. Otherwise, you were saying no. It's definitely not something you want to experience yourself. We don't want to repeat, that's for sure. So let's just assume that, again, 1919, I don't know if they ever rebuilt another tank to put the molasses fluid in there. And if that's going to hold up and not, disintegrate and become a big mess again, because it's going to be even more of a disaster considering how much the
we enjoy the company.
Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoy the company. The, what do you call it? My brain's not really quite working. The amount of people from 1919 compared to today's, which is 2026, amount would be a lot. And then the buildings are even more. There's a lot. Yeah, there you go. Someone's here. So again, if this were to happen now, so many more people would pass away because of the structures. There's so many more, and the amount of people. Capacity of people.
I'm taking my time.
I see, because I see you were just trying to get the REM pod to work, and then it went quiet. So they're taking their time. Okay. So that's why, again, this is just I guess you can call it like a bonus video in a sense of a follow-up of those unfortunate victims. Even if I'm unfortunately not reaching many of them, or maybe just one or two, it's something, right? Plus, I'm telling the story again, and also giving a big shout out to our pal Cfann. Because again, he's the one that reached you guys first. With his spirit box, yep, there you go, see? They remember. Spirit box, and his Parattack app, and his tools.
Fell.
Well, I'm sure you did fall. Right? Otherwise, like, it could be either the living person that passed away fell as the liquid swept them under their feet, or the buildings fell. Referring to the buildings? You know what to do to let me know if you're referring to the buildings that may have fallen. Or was it you that had fell because of the liquid? Oh, it's you. Okay. Thank you. It was them that had fell and slipped and hurt themselves to the point where they passed. Okay.
Ask me anything.
Okay. Did you enjoy our pal Cfanns Spirit Box company and him again telling your story? Because I never knew about this. So again, it wasn't just me too. There were several others that were in the live chat that were unaware of your story. So he again opened our eyes and let us see your story, as well as to hear from you. So, did you like having Cfanns Spirit Box communicate to you and tell your story? Catball, REM pod, strong in the EMF meter. Any way you guys can let us know? Seems like there were several spirits that came through and used the box and the, I think, the ghost motion detector too. I think he had it there. Was it that day? I think it was. Yeah, the ghost motion detector was going off as well. And unfortunately, mine is off. Sorry, it's at the corner. I usually have it on sometimes, but today I don't because it's questionable if it's going off randomly in the mornings because of maybe changes. Oh, hey, maybe changes of light. But hey, you guys can also confirm. Did you guys actually set off that ghost motion detector that looks like the one in the corner in my room that was laid out in the grass at that cemetery he was trying to communicate to you guys at? Can you prove to us that it was indeed you that set it off a couple times before you moved?
Cyanide.
I'm going to skip that. I mean, it could have been feeling like that. Like those unfortunate ones that did pass away due to that type of things. It probably felt suffocating, as if you were being gassed out. So it's been very quiet on the cat ball. So we'll see if that goes off.
Frustration.
Yeah? Are you frustrated because I didn't turn on the ghost motion detector? And you're like, can you turn it on? Do you want me to turn on the ghost motion detector? Did maybe one of the children liked playing with it? I don't know. Otherwise, again, it could have been a very... I was going to say it could have been a very frustrating situation with that flood of the Molasses. Here, let me do two things. I'm going to turn on this ghost motion detector and do something else. I'll be right back. So do apologize. A quick blackout mode to the viewers. All right? All right. And if it goes off too many times, then I have to turn it off. So first, I'm going to do something. That's me. That's me too. Turning it on. I'm sitting back down. So again, that's me.
Kenneth.
All right, Kenneth. There's no Kenneth in this one either. It's a repetitive name that's been coming through a lot lately. So again, hi. The ghost motion detector is now activated, so you could set it off. If you were the one that did indeed set it off in Cfanns Spirit Box session that he did with you guys. So since you probably already know how to set it off, you could do it here too. And I don't think it'll ever work, but he was trying to have you guys ring his bell during that session. Do you guys remember him trying to get you guys to ding ding his bell? But unfortunately, it didn't happen. Because it's very hard to ring a physical bell versus our made dead bell that they created. So if this ever goes off or his ever go off, it's purely a spirit finally getting the energy and the poltergeist energy to tap that top to go ding. Anyways, so again, I don't see a Kenneth in this lineup of 21 victims. Again, random spirit name or random name. Well, someone's here. Someone's interacting with that REM pod. I know that. Aww.
Cry.
Well, he did get very emotional. Cfan? I'm not saying his name in case it comes through, because he did say his name to you, I believe. So if it does come through, I'll be like, yeah, you do remember him. And let's see, is there an actual name with that name? No, okay. So yes, he did get kind of emotional. He may have teared up during that session. So maybe he was trying to Or maybe you were trying to show him your feelings, and he's like empathetic. You know what that word is? Somebody who can sense the feelings of spirits and show it. So butchering that word. Anyways, so again, he was trying to have you guys, if you could have done it, was just ring this bell like this.
Impose.
Impose? Impose again. I think it said impose earlier. So either you can do, I think the easier things to do are the REM pod, the clear cap ball, which will light up, which you did earlier, or going very strong on the EMF meter. I think those are easier for you guys to do than the bell. And that could be why it's very hard for it to go off on our sessions. It takes a lot of energy. Or a strong spirit.
Wanker.
Winker. Okay. Or random. I mean, you could have been from the side of Germany, like a person that migrated over to the United States and made a living. But I don't know. We don't know these unfortunate, like where they came from. We just know name, age, occupation. So I'm just going to do a quick, long hold on the victims' names and the list. So at least people will know who you were if your names never come through. So again, notice the age and what they did, and I guess where they were at. So a lot of them were at the North End paving yard at that time. And then there's 2 very young kids and a few young adults. One 17, 18, and 21. And the rest were either, middle-aged or elder. How many elder? One elder, which was the Michael one. Mm-hmm. So there you go. In case we don't get all your guys coming through, I did share to the viewers the names, the age.
I like the lights.
Oh, good. So somebody mentioned earlier, I like the dark. And there's another spirit that says, well, I like the lights. So again, are you seeing the lights now? Are there any, again, we don't know these names. Kenneth, Gilbert, Emilia, they could be spirit guides. Maybe they're there to help you. So did any of them help you see the light? Can you give me some confirmation if they were spirit guides and they actually were assisting you during this session?
Kill.
Oh. Well, I mean, it did unfortunately KU. The Molasses flood. Is that what you're referring to when you said that K word? I can't say the K word, by the way. So whenever I say K, it means that. Or ED. So again, did the Molasses flood KU? Are you trying to tell me that? I think so. With the EMF meter kind of spiking? Oh, yep, see?
Be careful in here.
Oh. A residual phrase again? Somebody may have been in a building that got covered in that gooey molasses fluid. It was probably very slippery. Maybe they remember hearing people saying, hey, be careful in here as you try to clean up. So even if the spirit is physically not there, but their soul is, and they can see the living people trying to do the cleanup, and they remember hearing, hey, be careful in here.
The living.
See? What? I didn't even see that pop up. Wow, I just told you guys literally what they were trying to tell me. Okay, see? Told you. They were literally letting me know that's a residual phrase that was said. Be careful in here. And that was what the living people said as they were trying to clean up the mess inside the buildings, outside in the town. It was a slippery, disgusting, stinky mess that took many years to clean up, and then the stench alone took a long time to dissipate. So people probably didn't want to make gingerbread cookies, huh? Man, my joke did not go through too well. Yep, nope, joke just went straight through it. Nope. Man, I have a dead crowd here. Oh. Basically, I was like, hey, isn't molasses an ingredient for gingerbread cookies? And someone's like, yeah.
Betrayal.
Betrayal? Hmm. Do you feel like the city that owned the tank failed you and betrayed your trust in keeping that tank from bursting? All it takes is, again, an annual checkup. If it didn't get the annual checkup and they missed...
You have nightmares.
Well, yeah. How'd you know? Actually, I did have one nightmare. It was like repetitive, not repetitive, like back to back, where I woke up and then slept again. Sorry, that's my hand hitting the device. And it was like a repeat, or not a repeat, a continuation. And this is me going straight to the source of that nightmare. And I'm like, oh, good, it didn't actually happen. Thank God. Hopefully it doesn't happen. Anyways, and I can tell you what it is.
There.
There? Oh, there. Like IR, there. Are you trying to say that I might have a nightmare to experience what you guys experienced? Are you gonna do a nightmare so I can sense what it was like to be one of you, the victims? Like, I'll be in your shoes. No? Okay. That's what I thought when you said there. Anyways, like I said, I don't think we're going to get many of the names come through. I would have loved to have the names come through, but that's just how things work these days. Where I get lucky and getting their names to come through.
I'm by your side.
Oh. Which side? Are you on my left side? So there's a clear cat ball with the donut sticker on it if you want to tap that. Or you can walk around the cat tree and then click on the REM pod or beep as you get near it or touch it. Again, this square device with the red light on it. Or you want to tell me that you're on my right side, then it would be the panda cat ball. So which side are you on? Let me know. If you're really here, I can't see you. But that's one way to know you're physically here. By interacting and either lighting up the cat balls or the REM pod. I mean, I'm hoping that you guys are appreciating the bonus additional session, even though someone just had a session on your topic and your story.
It's not all bad.
Okay. Well, I mean, it is pretty bad what happened, to be honest. It destroyed the area of that town, city, as well as, again, unfortunately, having 21 victims of that disaster. And it took so many years just to clean up, and then many, many years to get rid of the stench. But it might have brought the community together, as they had to clean up and deal with the aftermath. Oh my God! Hey, is that what you meant when you said it's not all bad? I was right. Otherwise, they just let me know that they're on my right side. I guess they're on my right side then. So it either, again, it's not all bad, and I discussed what I thought it could have been, and then they're like, yep, that's exactly what you were thinking. Yep, okay. Wow. So Detective Lazaria's got a little smart brain, huh? She's, wow. Someone's here. Again, what are the odds of that same ball? Again, they pick their favorite ball sometimes, too.
I don't mind speaking.
Oh, good. I'm glad you don't mind speaking, because I love to hear your stories. Who you are, maybe what your life was like, if you have a message for any living relatives out there, or any of my viewers, maybe you want to say something to my viewers. Again, this video gets aired at some point of next week, and it'll be an additional to Cfanns Session. So it's like a twofer. Ooh, hey, interactivity with the EMF meter. Someone's here. Is it still the little boy, Pascal? Pascal, are you still here? I'm not going to butcher your last name, but it starts with an L. You were 10. Don't know what you were doing. Probably outside. Playing. Maybe with the other 10-year-old. Were you just enjoying yourself and doing your normal thing as a child, playing? And this unfortunate, gooey, disgusting fluid mess came and swept you and took your life? Yeah, of course. I keep getting these names that aren't in the victim list. I don't know who Harold is. Harold, are you a spirit guide helping? If Harold's here to help, thank you. I don't have you on the list, so every name that comes through that is not tied to the list, I'm just assuming you're here to help. Otherwise, there could be another disaster that's similar to this Molasses flood, but a different fluid. I don't know. But I'm going to just go with a spirit guide. So, you guys did interact with the capital. I'm going to say the prayer, which is on my side in my head. All right, just like this. I'm going to say it, and hopefully you will receive it. Otherwise, you're going to get the help from the spirit guides.
Badly.
Badly. Yes, it did probably destroy the town badly, and unfortunately, again, 21 passed away on that dreadful January 15th, 1919 day. Otherwise, you're saying you badly needed the prayer, and I'm giving it to you. There you go. Hopefully it got received. Again, I say it in my head because I know you guys can read my thoughts. So I'm going to have to end it very shortly here. So I'm just going to go ahead and say the names and what they were. Okay? Is that okay? Like a roll call? Give me EMF meter to yellow, orange, red. Or capital again. Again, a roll call and just say it. Okay. So we have, not saying their last names, by the way, since I showed the list. I'm just going to say their first name, the age, and what they were. And now, Patrick, age 44, who was a laborer. William, I don't know what they mean by teamster, but somebody who worked on a team. John, a paver. Bridget, a homemaker. And her son, who was at the time unemployed. Oh, sorry, I forgot the age. Oh, good Lord. Let me go back. Sorry. Again, William, 61, teamster. John, 43, a paver. Bridget, 65, a homemaker.
The land is mine.
Stephen, 34, the son, unemployed. Maria, 10, child. Another William, I can say the last name because it's easy, Duffy, was a laborer. Then we have Peter, 64, a blacksmith. Flaminio, totally butchering her first name. 37, a driver. Maybe a cab driver. No, carriage. Horse and carriage driver, maybe. Or, I don't know, was cars? Anyways, I'm going to skip my brain here. Again, we may have already met Pascal, the 10-year-old child. James, 48, a laborer. Eric, 17, another teamster. George, 38, a firefighter. So he probably was trying to help and may have, again, tragically passed away. Then we have another teamster, James, 64. Ralph, 21, another driver. James, 46, a foreman. Caesar, 32, expressman. Thomas, 43, longshoreman. I don't know what that is. John again, so this is John S., 69, another blacksmith. Peter, teamster, and Michael, 78, a messenger. So, again, I hope that prayer that I said just earlier ago reached any of those 21 victims.
Empowerment.
Okay. Because I got to get going at some point, and that's less than 9 minutes becomes 1 hour. I like to usually end it in 1 hour session. But definitely, since someone is here, are you all at peace at this point? Can you give me any clue if you guys, the 21 that were the victims of this disaster, the Molasses flood, if you're at least in heaven and at peace, can you give me some sign, a clue, with either a strong EMF meter, REM pod, CAPOL, or you can say something related to that on the Spirit Talker. I'm assuming you are, because you probably got the help earlier from many of the names that came through that could have been spirit guides. I don't know. So I'm going to put in my description area the link of the Wikipedia page. You guys can read the story. It's very long, and I don't want to, unfortunately, not to say bore you, but I'd rather you just read it when you can, the viewers. Otherwise, just watch Cfanns Spirit Box. He mentioned a very very nice summary. So yes, I can see you hating the fact that you passed away due to this unfortunate, bizarre disaster. I mean, who would have thought a town could be flooded by a fluid called molasses? Very strange and bizarre, but it did happen. And I'm pretty sure the company that had that tank definitely got charged with many things. Unsure if it was considered charged with M, because again, it wasn't an unfortunate disaster, but it could have been prevented, right? Do you think, okay, can you let me know if it was preventable? This tank from bursting, do you think it could have been totally prevented if they had done their checks annually? I mean, I'm unsure how they would have fixed the tank, but they could have easily pumped out the molasses into some
toys.
Toys? Yes. Again, these are like toys. So if you were interacting, that Pascal child, the little boy, playing with my toys, that's fine. That's what they're for. Otherwise, you're going to refer to these mini stuffies that are out there for the children to play with. But yeah, I'm just curious. I'm wondering if this disaster could have been totally prevented if they had done a check on those tanks before it, unfortunately.
Cement shoes.
Not sure if you're referring to if they had built the tank with a barrier of cement, if it would have been prevented, or had it where there was cement walls to prevent the fluid from splashing heavily out. So, yeah. So a lot of this stuff that's getting spewed through is becoming either random, repetitive, or doesn't just make sense to the story. Unless those people that were in that company were being belittled and didn't care to, again, do their job.
Inject.
Yeah, see, it's very fast on this app all of a sudden. So someone's using the app, but it's going too fast to make sense. Is this the little boy having fun with my app now and just spewing randomly now? They're like, we know how to use this app. But it doesn't make sense. Again, they are on that side, see? I mean, because usually it takes a little time for it to spew out. Guilty. Guilty, that was me. I did that. Sorry. Yep, I'm just spewing randomly. Because you said you have less than an hour. And you're almost at your hour mark, lady. So I'm putting as much stuff as I can. Otherwise, you just said, wait, you just said guilty. As in, yes, this company is guilty of killing 21 victims from that place where the flood swept through. Many structures destroyed, roads destroyed. Cleanup was a pain in the butt. The stench alone took and lingered for many years. So again, that company that had the tank definitely was guilty. Okay. That could be also what they were trying to say. So, 2 minutes-ish. Well, thank you again for interacting with the tools to let me know you're here. Even if none of the names really came through, except maybe Michael and maybe a little boy. Glenn? Again, no Glenn. So I don't know why they keep putting names that aren't tied to the disaster. Okay, well, I do unfortunately have to get going. So I want to just say thank you again for coming through. All right? Okay. This is your detective, Lazaria, signing out. Peace, love, and eternity. Oh.
Candle.
All right, well, just said candle at the end. Again, I don't know. I'll have to Google it if candles are made out of molasses. Anyways, peace, love, and eternity. Bye.